Back again with another video. This is the Good Therapist, but I am not your personal therapist. So if you get any diagnosis, your therapist about to do that. I am just doing this for educational purposes, and I am not providing any diagnosis. Okay. All right. Let's look at something. Phase of life problems. All right. So if we look at the DSM IC9 code V62.89. Okay. So your therapist may give you this code also in conjunction with something like the 309.25 adjustment disorder with mixed mood and anxiety and depression. All right. So what that's just saying is, hey, these things are going on in life, and if I address these problems, if these problems are addressed effectively, life will be okay. I won't have the stress and those kind of things. So the rule of thumb for that is pretty much the problems are creating the stress, and once you eliminate the problems, the stress should be gone. Okay, so let's look at number one. Difficulty adjusting to the accountability and interdependence of a new marriage. So the same could be said for individuals who are going through a divorce, right? Those things are stressful life events. Number two, anxiety and depression related to being a new parent. So being a new parent, having to adjust one's life to take care of the parent. Now some of the things that I used to do, I can't do because now I have a little one that is priority and I have to take care of. That can't be stressful, right? Some people say, well, that's selfish. No, but that's stressful. That's life events. That's a life change. You're changing the structure of your life. So that is stress. Three, grief related to children emancipating, empty nest stress. All right, so the kiddos are going to college. They're not going to call. They're not going to text you like that. You're going to be begging for their attention. You're going to say, hey, I'm calling you. You ain't calling me back. I'm texting you. This kid will never text back. All right. And so it's stress with that. And guess what? How do I live my life? What do I do? Right? Because I'm so used to taking care of the family and the kids. Now I have to refocus on myself. And if you were a parent who got married young or had a child young, finding that identity, who I am, may be a little bit more difficult than an individual who had a life, pretty much got married in their 30s or 40s, and then the kids are at the house. So they had that experience of having some individuality with that. All right. Number four, restless and feelings of loss identity due to retirement. So for a lot of individuals, their work, they identify with their work, right? So not having that employment anymore, being retired, it's like, what do I do with this time? So that can be stressful for a lot of individuals, right? The individuals is working, they're like, hey man, I can't wait to be retired, right? And individuals retire like, oh man, you know what? I might pick up a second job just to kind of keep that flow of energy going. So it's stress in that also in retirement. Number five, feelings of isolation, sadness, boredom, quitting work to be a full-time parent. And the same could be true for individuals who, were a full-time parent and they're getting in the workforce. There's a lot of stressful in there. That's a life change, big life change. And number six, frustration with being a caretaker. So taking care of an elderly parent, elderly family member, taking care of an individual that's sick. There's a lot of stress with that. And being able to balance life is difficult for most people. And so frustration with being a caretaker. All right. So those are the some of the six things or some of the symptoms that individuals that have phase of life problems. So long-term goals. So long-term goals resolve conflicted feelings. So just kind of looking at, hey, what is that dichotomy? What does that look like? Reorient life views. So just changing that perspective. And the big thing is what I'm used to my life being versus what it is now. And that contrast is what causes and contributes to that stress. Find satisfaction in service. So being able to do things for other people, to help other people, sometimes that make us feel good. And so that can kind of give us that joy that we're looking for. And then we can spill that over into being less stressed, which ultimately contributes to us not having the stress if that's the case. And balanced life activities. So when we stress, we're not more than likely balancing life activities. We're leaning to one side or the other. We're too responsible, or too irresponsible, or we're working too hard and not having enough downtime. So just keeping a life balance. Short-term goals for this may be to describe events of stress. So being able to put a name to it that always help with being able to resolve certain things, and disclose any history or looking at any history of substance use. And so, if there's any substance use that may cause depression, that may cause stress, and it becomes a chicken and the egg. Is the substance use causing the stress and the depression, or is the stress and depression causing the substance use? So, like, share, subscribe.